guys, welcome to Supercar Driver TV. This morning we're down at Lamborghini Leicester with SCD member Jim. He's here to collect his Aventador SV. What we'll do is we'll head inside, we'll meet Jim, we'll check out the car, film some of the handover process and then hopefully hop in and experience some of Jim's first impressions behind the wheel.
Yeah, of course I want to make sure that I'm happy and honest. Very much. Very kind. Well, it's been a long time coming, but finally got it, didn't we? Absolutely. But we're definitely going to have to get a name down on the
That's beautiful. Oh, 5,000. Ultra, that is.
Yeah.
And obviously that
you can see the engine as well, where normally this is all covered over, isn't it?
Yeah. You know that's the firing order.
Firing order, yeah. Of course, adaptive dampers now on this.
This one, this is not one. That's not it. That comes normally matte.
That's normally matte, is it?
Yeah,
so he's had that carbon.
Carbon, which is beautiful.
Yeah. Of course, the carbon rear spoiler, carbon rear diffuser. Love the way that goes down soft. You were selling me another one.
Right then Jim, first impressions? What's it like?
Really excited and blown away. And Lamborghini Leicester are absolutely spoiling me. Got the Master Tech here, even make sure that the handover's perfect, so yeah.
First drive ever?
First drive ever in an SV.
But you've driven an Aventador. You've driven an Aventador already though, yeah?
Driven a couple of Aventadors already. So, but this is going to be a totally new experience. So, see you in a bit, chaps.
Right, first drive.
Straight away, pulls off lovely. Clutch engagement, really smooth. Just leaving it in first gear so we can get a little bit of sound. Good idea, get some windows open. Auto, so we'll need to get that out of auto. So a bit of sport manual button here. So we're into manual. Oh, popping already. I'm only doing 2,000 RPM. Steering's really direct. Don't know why, but the steering wheel just seems a little bit smaller.
Yep.
Possibly it is.
Does it feel quite weighted, quite heavy?
It feels. It actually felt light just pulling out on a junction, but
Wow, I didn't expect it to pop and crackle like that.
No. The thing is, I've only sort of followed these cars in another car and heard, rather than actually being it. So I've not even passengered in an SV. I've got to get used to
Yeah, the width
as well.
Yeah, it's a big old beast.
So yeah.
Literally 5% of throttle. It feels so planted.
The noise is definitely better straight away from this normal Aventador.
I can't believe how clear the display is. It's so different to the other one.
I feel so fortunate to have got an SV because people have waited years for these cars.
Yep.
And even now you've got to already have sort of bought quite a few Lamborghinis to be able to get on the list for one of these things. So
Yeah.
I'm a very, very lucky person.
Yeah, I suppose we should add that this car used to belong to the Luxurious Cars on Instagram.
Yes, the luxurious cars, and thank you very much to Kieran. What a top bloke he is, letting me have the car. And of course he's got his Roadster coming, which is going to be totally amazing because he specs the car really, really well.
Yeah, he does. This is stunning, isn't it?
It is.
The paint on this is glorious.
I think that's the real breaker for this car is the colour. I think, you know, you say all blue Lamborghini and that's not probably going to work, but I've seen this car in different lights. In low light it looks black and menacing, but in the sun it just looks absolutely glorious.
Yeah, the colour pops, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know what as well? I just realised that the gear changes, there's hardly any pitch backward and forward.
Right, okay.
I think that must be this adaptive damping that they've done. Because I've actually not let off the throttle on gear changes, and it's just so quick. It actually does feel more like a double clutch.
Right, okay.
We're only in sport mode, so but I don't even want to imagine what Corsa must be like.
So it's worth adding as well about the exhaust that it's had.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean this car's again, Kieran spec'd it so well that he had the aftermarket Lamborghini download, which is basically a different programming ECU running on the valves that operate the exhaust. So when you're in sport mode, which we're in now, you get all this glorious sound. If we turn it off into Strada, there you go, the car's
hybrid mode.
The car goes on quiet and you can listen to your wife. Don't want to listen to your wife, you can pop it into sport. Of course I always listen to my wife.
Of course.
She's the boss. Right, okay, we're going to go on this bridge, so let's get a bit of a sound on a down change. It's so planted. It's just so direct as well. I mean,
Yeah, the way that this is different over the normal cars.
yeah.
What's it like? Is it a lot more different?
I would say it's considerably different. This is definitely honed for the circuit. You can just tell. Hence, you know, they do it in less than 7 minutes with obviously a driving god. But what a machine! I think Lamborghini's really sort of pulled out all the stops. When you think this actually, I think it's only a couple of seconds off at 918 around there. So that is pretty impressive. 750 horsepower. It just goes to show what the lighter weight philosophy, and of course a bit more power. I think the torque curve's a bit different on this car to the normal car, which again I'll find out with more driving. So we need to do, you know, more sorts of probably reviews on it if we can at some point.
Yes, definitely.
But the boys at Lamborghini Leicester, they're just so accommodating. They looked after the Speciale, they put all the lightweight bits on that. They've serviced the Performante and they've done an absolute top job on that. So, that's just
What is that?
mad.
It's really low revs. It's about 2,000. It just
that's
let off.
2,000 RPM, me letting off the throttle. And it just sounds like you've got a set of drums in the back.
Angry.
Wow. See what it does it before and lets off. Yeah, so it's designed around that lower end.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you make of the seats? First impressions? They get a lot of grief, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, people complain about the seats. I think I'm quite used to a firm seat from karting, and my Ferrari's got carbon seats, so I actually really like the lighter weight, thinner padded one. I think you can feel what the car's doing more. So yeah, they're not for everybody, but I think if you want the ultimate, you've just got to get used to them. I think I've driven quite a few miles in the Performante now, and actually I find them really comfy. So, like anything else, you've just got to see. I suppose everyone's different.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I actually think they're really great, and I can actually feel them on my shoulders really nice. So I think if you were sort of getting some cornering G, I think you'd have plenty of support there in your shoulder. And of course we've got all this extra carbon fibre leather.
Yeah, to get that
leather headlining, which is also in with the pin lining. I mean, Kieran's just done a great job on the spec. I mean, he knows more about Lamborghinis than a lot of people because of the amount of Lamborghinis he's owned over the years. The gearbox, if you notice, there's just like no pause.
Yeah,
there's no real sort of movement. So if
the early Aventadors, you can feel it.
Up, very small amount compared to the early ones they've done. I think the gearbox is just getting better and better, but they did that with the Supercar and the Performante. I think that was probably the best Gallardo gearbox. So I think when a single clutch gearbox is this good, there is a definite argument on whether you need a double clutcher. But the future will show us that. It'll probably
Exciting times ahead.
Yeah, it'll probably need it, especially if they're going to go hybrid.
Windows down.
Yeah.
Right, well thank you very much for sharing your first impressions, Jim.
Yeah, wow, I'm totally blown away, and thank you for the Supercar Driver Club. If you're not in the club, get joining now.
That's what we like to hear.
I'll give a little rev as we pull up.
Thanks for watching, guys. It's been an awesome morning with Jim from Smart Track. You can follow Jim on Instagram. We'll put his links in the description below, but also check him out on Smart Track car tracking. We're just going to head out on some country roads now, get a couple of flybys, and then we are job done. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Cheers.